So today's topic is audit program. So first we started with overall audit strategy. It is done in overall level by understanding the entity, and overall audit strategy helps us to make audit plan. It guides in development of audit plan. So overall audit strategy is on overall level of the audit. It helps in setting scope, timing and direction of our audit plan. Audit plan is on detailed level. Overall audit plan is more detailed. In a audit plan we write nature, timing and extent of our audit procedure, how to nature, timing and assessment of risk assessment, further audit procedure, what we need to do, risk assessment procedures, etc. So audit plan is detailed. Overall audit strategy is on overall level. It guide us in development of more detailed audit plan. Audit plan is more detailed. And next level is audit program. In audit program we program in each area of financial statement, like if there are 30 40 items of financial statement in balance sheet and P&L, we will have 30-40 audit programs. Like for fixed asset there is different audit program. For inventory there is different audit program. For cash there is different audit program. Audit program is detailed for each item. Like there are step by step instruction, like for checking cash, what steps you need to do. Like for cash you need to see the cash count. Similarly for checking sale, what all you need to do, we need to check inventory, invoices, etc, etc. Everything is properly listed in audit program. All the procedures are listed here. It is desirable that in respect of each audit, and more particularly for big audits, an audit program should be drawn. So for big audit it is desirable that you should so you should make audit program. So let's understand what is audit program. So let's understand what audit program is. Audit program is list of examination and verification steps to be applied. So it is list of examination and verification steps to be applied. It is set out in such a way that interrelationship between one step to another is clearly shown and designed, keeping in the view assertion. Second point, there is interrelationship between one step and another is clearly shown and designed. Example, the relationship between sales and data should for checking audit procedures for sales and debtors should be interrelated, they should be coordinated. So second point points out that. Next, audit program consists of series of verification procedures to be applied for financial statement and account of given company, for the purpose of obtaining sufficient and appropriate audit evidence to enable auditor to express opinion on financial statement. So it is series of verification procedure to be applied to the financial statement and account of given company. For why? For the purpose of obtaining sufficient and appropriate audit evidence to enable auditor to express opinion on financial statement. And what is best evidence for testing the accuracy of any assertion is matter of expert knowledge and experience. Okay, so audit program is series or list of verification procedure to be applied to items of financial statement and accounts of given company. So like for checking item of financial statement or accounts like sale, what all verification procedures should be applied will have been given in account sorry audit program, that for verifying sales you need to check invoices, forward notes to client, inventory records, take advice from sales manager about the procedure. This all steps will be mentioned in accounting our audit program. So audit program consists of series of verification procedures to be applied on financial statement and account of given company. And why do we verify this? To obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence to enable auditor to express opinion on financial statement. And what evidence is good or what evidence is best for testing the accuracy of any assertion is matter of expert knowledge and experience. Okay, so let's kick off our first question. Define audit program. It is desirable that in respect of each audit, more particularly for big companies or big audit program should be drawn up. Audit program is list of examination and verification steps to be applied, set out in such a way that interrelationship between one step to another is clearly shown and designed, keeping in the view of assertion. Audit program consists of series of verification procedure to be applied to financial statement and account of the given company for the purpose of obtaining sufficient and appropriate audit evidence to enable the auditor to express opinion on financial statement. What is best evidence for testing the accuracy of any assertion is matter of expert knowledge and experience. So audit program is a list of procedure for obtaining audit evidence, and auditor pick up evidence from variety of fields, and it is generally of following broad type. First, it first type is state of internal control and internal check. It is basically TOC, test of control, state of internal control and internal check. Next is physical examination for checking existence, or documentary examination, physical examination, documentary examination, arithmetic calculation by the auditor to check the accuracy, statement and explanation by a third party. This is related to SA 505, that is external confirmation from third parties. Next is statement and explanation of management official and employees. For example, what we say, written confirmation from management we'll learn about in SA 580. Subsequent actions by the client and other, what how to react to subsequent action by the client and others. We'll learn about this in SA 560. Interrelationship of various accounting data like sales with inventory. We saw this in definition, that we need to set audit procedure in such a way that there is we can clearly see interrelationship between one step to another. So interrelationship of various accounts, subsidiary and memorandum records and minutes. So these are broad types of evidence from where we can pick the evidence. Like from physical examination we can pick the evidence for existence of inventory, etc, etc. Let's have one quick revision of this all broad fields of audit evidence. An auditor picks up evidence from variety of fields, and it is generally of following broad types. 1. State of internal control and internal check, that is TOC. Physical examination, documentary examination, arithmetic accuracy by the auditor, statement and explanation of third party statements and explanation of management official and employees, subsequent action by the client and others, interrelationship of various accounting data subsidiary and memorandum records and minutes. 10 points, very easy. Now let's move to the next question, that is construction of audit program. For construction of audit program, following points should be kept in mind. Apply only those steps and procedures which are useful in accomplishing the verification purpose in specific situation. Like, for example, for verification of assertion of existence, what step and procedure you should apply? You should apply physical verification. So apply only those steps and procedure which are useful in accomplishing the verification purpose in specific situation. Second point, stay within the scope and limitation of the assignment. So we should stay within the scope and limitation of the assignment. Next, coordinate the procedure to be applied with interrelated item. So we learned this in definition also, that we need to coordinate items with each other. So coordinate the procedure to be applied to interrelated items. Next, determine the evidence reasonably available. We need to determine what evidence are reasonably available, and identify the best evidence to get necessary satisfaction. For example, best evidence for cash is cash count, best evidence for investment pledge is banker certificate, best evidence for debtors balance check, or maybe amount of loan is balance certificate. So identify the best evidence to get necessary satisfaction, and also determine that evidence reasonably available. That evidence should be reasonably available, and you should identify what best evidence is necessary to give necessary satisfaction. And last point is consider all the possibility of the error. Easy. 6 points related to guidance for constructing the audit program. Let's have one last revision of this thing. Construction of audit program. For the purpose of constructing the audit program, following points should be kept in mind. Apply only those steps and procedure useful in accomplishing the verification purpose in the specific situation. Stay within the scope and limitation of the assignment. Coordinate the procedure to be applied to interrelated items. Determine the evidence reasonably available. Identify the best evidence to get necessary satisfaction, and consider all possibilities of error. Let's move to the next question, that is developing the audit program. Audit program should be in a written, that is a written audit program. Audit objective and instruction to assertion should be given in the audit program. The reliance on internal control should be mentioned in audit program. Timing of performance of the audit procedure, audit plan and audit planning should be mentioned in audit program. So audit program should be in written. It should mention audit objective and instruction to the assertion, that these are the objective, this is the assertion, you need to follow these steps. And how it should also mention the how much you should rely on internal controls, and timing of the performance of audit procedure. Like for this process you should take this much time, for this much time, and audit plan. So this 5 step you should keep in mind in developing the audit program. First is written audit program. The auditor should prepare written audit program setting for the procedure that are need to implement the audit plan. First point is audit program should be in written, and it should mention the procedure to be implemented to implement audit plan. Next is audit objective and instruction to assertion. The audit program may contain audit objective for each of the areas. Actually, our second point is divided in two parts: audit objective and instruction to assistance. So, the program may also contain audit objective for each areas. So, audit program may contain audit objective for each areas, and second is instruction to assistance, and should have sufficient detail to serve as set of instruction. Audit program should have sufficient detail to serve as instruction to assist engagement team member to do audit, to perform audit, and it should also assist as a mean to control the proper execution of the work. And the third point is reliance on internal control. In preparing the audit program, the auditor need to understand accounting system and related internal control. The auditor may conduct that relying on certain internal control is effective and efficient way to conduct his audit. However, the auditor may decide not to rely on internal control when there are other more effective way in obtaining sufficient and appropriate audit evidence. So he can rely on internal control, or he may not rely on internal control. He will not rely on internal control if there is option to get more effective audit evidence. Then he will not rely on audit evidence. He will get that more effective audit evidence. And if there is not such evidence available, he will check first whether internal control is effective and efficient, and then he may rely on internal control. Okay, next is timing of performance of audit procedure. Auditor normally have flexibility in deciding when the performance when to perform audit procedure. However, in some cases, auditor may not have discretion as to timing. For example, in case of taking inventory check by client's personnel, or verifying cash at year end, in some situation he need to be particular in timing. He cannot be flexible with it. Next point is audit planning. The audit planning ideally commences at the conclusion of the previous audit, and along with the related audit program, it should be reconsidered by modifying as the audit progresses. Such consideration is based on auditor's review of internal control and his preliminary evaluation thereof, and the result of his compliance and substantive procedure. So here first it says when audit planning commences. Audit planning ideally commences at the conclusion of previous audit along with related audit program. And then next it says it should be reconsidered for the modification as audit progress. So we should not rely completely on previous year's audit plan and audit program. We should reconsider and modify as audit progresses. Such consideration is based on auditor's review of internal control and his preliminary evaluation. And such modification will be based on auditor's review of internal control and preliminary evaluation. So there are five points in developing the audit program. First, written audit program. The auditor should prepare written audit program setting forth the procedure that are needed to be implemented in audit plan. Second is audit objective and instruction to assistance. First, the program may also contain audit objective for each areas, and audit program should have sufficient detail to serve as set of instruction to assist involvement in the audit, and as a mean to control the proper execution of the work. So audit program may also contain audit objective for each areas, and audit program should also have sufficient detail to serve as set of instruction to the assistants involved in audit, and as a mean to control the proper execution of the work. Third is reliance on internal control. In preparing the program, the auditor need to understand the accounting system and related internal control. The auditor may conclude that relying on internal control is effective and efficient way to conduct his audit. However, the auditor may decide not to rely on internal control when there are more effective way to obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence. Next, the fourth is timing of performance of audit procedure. Auditor normally have flexibility in deciding when to perform audit procedure. So auditor normally have flexibility in deciding when to perform audit procedure. However, in case the auditor may have no discretion. However, in some case, auditor may not have discretion as to timing. For example, observing the taking of inventory by client's personnel, or verification of cash balance at the year end. So in some cases like this, auditor have no discretion as to timing, but normally he have flexibility in deciding the performance of audit procedure. Fifth one is audit planning. The audit planning ideally consists sorry the planning normally commences at the conclusion of previous audit and along with the related audit program. It should be reconsidered for modification as the audit progresses. So audit plan ideally commences at the conclusion of previous year audit and along with the related audit program. It should be reconsidered for modification as audit progresses, and such consideration is based on auditor's review of internal control and his preliminary evaluation. Okay, now let's study advantages and disadvantages of an audit program. Though so there are 8 advantages of audit program. We'll study 8 advantages of audit program. The advantages of audit program are: it provide assistant carry out the audit with total clear set of instruction. So this point we saw in developing the audit program also, that it give instruction to assistant, that it provide assistant to carry out the audit with clear set of instruction. Second, it is essential for major audit to provide total perspective of the work to be performed. So it provide total perspective of work to be performed. So what all should be performed, it give total perspective of it. So second point is it provide a total perspective of work to be performed. Third, it helps in selection of the assistants depending on their capabilities. Fourth, uh, fourth point is like this, that a mental if we don't make written audit program will depend on mental plan, and in such situation there is always a danger of overlooking such certain books. So not making a written audit program have many problem, and under a proper framed program the danger is significantly less. Fifth point is the assistance by putting his signature accept the responsibility. The assistant by putting their signature on the program assist the responsibility. So everyone accept what are their responsibility by signing on the audit program. Next big advantages is that the principal can control the progress of various audits. Next is it serve as a guidance for the auditor to carry out audit in succeeding years, and a properly audit program also serve as a evidence if in further future if there is any problem. So it serve as a good audit evidence. Audit program serve as a good audit evidence. Let's have one quick revision of advantages of audit program. The advantages of audit program are as follows: it provide assistance to carry out audit with total clear set of instruction. It provide total perspective of work to be performed. It helps in selection of the assistants with proper capabilities and competency. with if we don't have a written audit program, will depend on mental program. And and in mental program there is danger of ignorance and overlooking certain books. And under a properly framed audit program, the danger is significantly less. Next is it assists the assistant by putting his signature on the program, accept the responsibility. So the assistant accept the responsibility of his task by putting signature on audit program. The principal can control the progress of various audit through the audit program. It also serve as a guidance for audit to be carried out in succeeding years. And it also act as a proper audit evidence. Some disadvantages are also there in the use of audit program, but most of this can be removed by proper steps. First, let's study disadvantages. First disadvantage is that with audit program, the work may become mechanical, and a particular part of the program may be carried out without understanding the objective. Second, the program often tend to become rigid and inflexible. So change business may change its operation and conduct, but the audit program may still be carried on. Inefficiency may take shelter behind the audit program, and hard and fast audit program may kill the initiative of effective and enterprising assistant. So these are the four disadvantages, that audit program may become mechanical, and therefore a particular part of audit program may be carried out without understanding the objective of the program. The audit program often tend to become rigid and inflexible. So even when there is change in business operation, old audit program may be carried on, and inefficient assistant may take shelter behind the program. And last one is that hard and fast audit program may kill the initiative of effective and enterprising assistance. That hard and fast audit program may kill initiative of efficient and enterprising assistance.